Oh no, I forgot my lunchbox. No, that's not good. That's really not good.
Hi my friends, nice to see you. This week I'll do a spectacular collaboration with my friend Adrian Alford from Australia. For the case that you shouldn't know who Adrian is, he's a landscape and wildlife photographer, a really good one by the way, who is based in the beautiful area around Brisbane. Adrian has a YouTube channel as well where he shows amazing landscapes of Australia and where he also gives lots of tips about photography, as you know it on my channel for instance. I will link his channel down in the description for you. And Adrian and I do something spectacular this week. We call it remote photography. This means we use Google Earth to plan a photograph for each other. So I planned a photograph in Australia, what Adrian will take for me, and Adrian planned a photograph here in Austria, what I will take for him. And this is what we call remote photography. And as Australia is around 14,000 kilometers from here, I think this could get really interesting. I got instructions from Adrian to take the photograph here in Austria and I will show you here now. And tomorrow morning we will meet out straight on location.
Well, hi Christian, and thank you so much for contacting me to be part of this collaboration. It was a really cool idea that you had to use Google Earth to find landscape locations in each other's countries so we could go and photograph them for each other. Now, due to COVID travel restrictions, I realised I have to stay relatively close to where you live in Austria. So I've got Google Earth open here, let's rip into it. Now, after looking around some of the mountains near you, I found this obscure little lake in the Alps where I think would make for some stunning landscape photography. It's called Lake Lampecasse. Now, I hope I've pronounced that correctly and apologies if I haven't. Looking at Google Earth, it appears that you can get some nice angles looking down into the valley area below, or alternatively, you can switch around to the other side of this lake and maybe get some of those nice alpine mountain reflections in the water, and that is if the water is still and there's no wind. Now, by the looks of the terrain surrounding this lake, Christian, it may take a little bit of effort to get to. So firstly, make sure that it's safe to do so, and secondly, only go up there if you think it really is worth photographing. I can't go there, but you can. So it's best to you to judge, and maybe you might even find better angles up there. So here are the coordinates down the bottom of the screen. All you have to do is put those into Google Earth and you'll find out exactly where that lake is. Good luck, mate, and importantly, stay safe.
A very good morning. I'm already here in location, not up on Lampecasse obviously, but down in the valley. And it's not next day, to be honest, it's already 3 days later. And the reason therefore is I wasn't really happy with the conditions, to be honest. So I will tell you a little bit more about later, and also what we need to get a really outstanding photograph up there. But first of all, I think it's an elevation of around 800 meters. So let's hike up there. Such a beautiful place, but it's absolutely windy today. So I'm already an hour away from the parking place. This is not Lake Lampecasse, by the way, this is Lake Schwarzensee. So let's talk about what we need to get a really fantastic photograph there. And the first thing is snow. So on the one hand, we don't want to have snow straight at Lake Lampecasse because it will not be possible to get up there then. And on the other hand, we need snow up in the mountain for a great composition, but more about that later. The problem is it snowed already up there, so you can see up on the mountains there and maybe also there. And it was too much snow up there. We had already snow at Lake Lampecasse, and I thought because we had lots of south winds, warm south winds, it would be a great idea to wait some days, and the snow really melted but it snowed again, but around 200 meters above L'Empacase, and this could get maybe the best possible conditions we ever could get up there. So when we have a look at Google Earth, and you saw this in the instruction video of Adrian, you see that there is not really an outstanding subject there. It's an amazing spot up there, no doubt about, but I think there is not really an outstanding subject, and this could get a problem when you want to get out a really great photograph. And I made already a video about taking a fantastic photograph without having a subject. I will link it below in the description. So maybe you can have a look at it after you have watched Adrian's video where I planned a photograph down in Australia. So I think we would maybe have the right amount of snow up there today. And then we also need the right weather conditions. And so yesterday we had absolutely clear sky, what's not really great to be honest. And today we have lots of clouds up there. And we have the chance, I saw this in the weather maps, we have the chance to get some gaps up there, and it's no guarantee, but it could be that we could have there and where light spot in the landscape. So this is what I try to do today. I will try to get out a fantastic photograph with telling a story about these dramatic conditions we have today. And I can't tell more about the composition down here. I have to make a look up there, so I would say, let's hike up there.
I know you're hurt. See it in your eyes, babe. You need to let your mind off things. No, it hurts. I can see it in your eyes, babe. But I know you have a lot to give. I know that it's getting cold, the waves are crashing in. When the streams are getting strong, just hold on to me.
That's heavy. That's really heavy. I'll show you at Google Earth now where I am already, and I think I have already an elevation of around 600 meters, so I think there are still another 200 meters. And my problem is I didn't find any arrow with the name L'Empacase on it, so it's really not described here. It's really not funny because I'm not 100% sure if I really will find the lake. What I think is, and you saw it already on Google Earth, I think I'm at the position where I can already look up to this last peak up there. So I think there must be anywhere a path at this line up there, what we can see from down here, but I'm not really sure how I should get there. So I think I will hike a little bit more in that direction and try for any possibility to cross this brook down there so that I can climb up to this rock up there. That's really an adventure. So I went up now a little bit more here, and the path would go to this direction, but I found now this little kind of bridge there, but I have no arrow here. I have no idea if I'm really at the right way when I would go there, but I think there's not really another possibility to come up there. So I think I will try for it. Let's cross the fingers that this is the right path and that it is safe.
Your mind of things. No, it hurts. I can see it in your eyes, babe. But I know you have a lot to give. I know that it's getting cold, the waves are crashing in.
That's heavy. That's amazing. And I think I'm almost done. I think like L'Empacase is behind that hill there, so the snow there marks the path up there, and if everything works as it should, we are almost up there. So let's go the last meters here. I'm finished. Welcome to Lake L'Empacase. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. And this was the healthy part of landscape photography. I will take lunch now, and then let's go straight over to the fun part of landscape photography. What a fantastic place. I am blown away. Oh no, I forgot my lunchbox. No, that's not good. That's really not good. So I'll just drink a cup of tea now and yeah, let's try to find a composition.
Yeah, it's getting cold, the waves are crashing in.
may sound strange, but it's really absolutely different to concentrate without anything to eat. It's amazing. It's really not so funny, to be honest. But yeah, this place is so magical. It's so fantastic. It's amazing. We have all these fern trees here, these oranges and yellows, and the hill back there always catches the light in a fantastic way. It's so fantastic. It's amazing. I struggled a little bit to find the composition, to be honest. I mentioned this already. We don't have a really outstanding subject here, although it's so beautiful up here. So it's really all about storytelling here, and I think this is done all about the conditions today. So we really have no snow here, just some little patches there and where in the landscape, and we have the snow coverage back there at the mountain faces. It looks really fantastic. What a fantastic place. And so I thought I will use this patch of snow here in the foreground as a leading element, and the lake is our midground, the hill back there and the mountains as our distance, and we have this fantastic contrast here because of the snow coverage. I think without snow coverage it were not really possible to get out a great photograph here. So from the technical side, it's nothing special. I don't use any filters here. I have 10mm f14, and yeah, let's make the click. I see it like Adrian, the best directions to photograph are into the west. So we have the sunlight a little bit here in the south. This is the southwest here, and also into the north. It's not possible here from this position because we have this hill here in front. But I'm not sure if I will go for that. We would need a clear sky up there, or even gaps that we would get illuminated mountains there. So I think I will stick more on this side on the lake. It gives me much more opportunities. And I found another composition, by the way. I think I shot a little bit too much in the first composition. And what I thought is, I don't have even to show the whole lake in my composition. So the thing is, I'm tired. It was a hike of around 4 hours up here. I think you can make it in 3.5 when you don't have to shoot B-rolls. But anyway, I'm tired, I'm hungry, I'm cold, and I thought it's a great thing when you can bring all these emotions in a photograph. And this is why I want to cut the lake at the right hand side. This is something what I usually try to avoid because you get an unbalanced composition, but I think in this case it could even add to my composition. And I will use this peak behind there, this triangle peak, as my subject. And I use this patch of snow down there, this line of snow what goes down to the lake, as my leading element. I go into portrait orientation here, and I use round about 26mm, something like this, on APS-C with f14 in the 60th of a second. No filters again, so let's make the click. It's amazing. It's such a beautiful place. I found one more composition and I'm really blown away from it. So beautiful. I found this kind of brook here what goes down to the lake. I spotted it already when I arrived here, and I tried already for a little bit of compositions, but I didn't really find something before. But I went down here again, and I thought it really leads fantastic to the lake. And it tells a fantastic story of all the water coming down here, and we get such an amazing amount of depth into this photograph. I'm really happy with this one. So let me explain you the composition. Same as for the first photograph, I don't have really a subject here in my composition. I maybe have a little point of interest with this triangle mountain back there. So I use this brook here to lead into the frame, and it leads you to the midground, to the lake. And yeah, I mean, when you just look at these mountains back there, it's absolutely amazing. I'm so happy that I came up here, and Adrian meant if it's worth coming up here. And yeah, I'm not sure what you think, just comment below. But yeah, I think it was definitely worth coming up here. The gaps disappeared unfortunately a little bit, so I'm not really sure. As you can see behind us, with all these gaps up there, they were more in that direction before, and so I'm not sure if we really will get light spots in the landscape again as we got already. This snow coverage back there, this is really important for all compositions here, I think, because yeah, we don't have a contrast otherwise. We don't have a feeling of depth here. From the technical side, same as before. I'm in portrait orientation again. I'm at around 10 millimeters here, f16 even. I go really close to these grasses here in the foreground, so I really want to have everything sharp in my scene, and this was important for me. I don't want to focus stack. I don't like this really. The foreground gets over sharp then and so on. I really like it to get it in one shot. And to be honest, I don't think that we really need a light spot back there, as the mountains are really fantastic covered with snow. We get already our bright parts in our composition, and the viewer knows where to look. So I think this composition really can work without light spot. So let's make the click.
What an amazing adventure! Before you go over to Adrian's video now, just two quick things. I took one more photograph what I want to show you, and to be honest, I didn't look for it. I made it on my way down. I was already really tired, I felt hungry. I didn't even build up a composition, it was just suddenly in front of me. I didn't vlog about it because, yeah, there was just a fantastic light spot in the landscape, but just for a few seconds. So I really had just threw down my backpack, grabbed my camera, and I just exposed. I really didn't build up a composition or whatever. And it reflects totally how I felt. I was tired and hungry, and back there was a light at the end of the tunnel. And as it was really hard to concentrate up there in the field, I forgot something I want to mention now. So Adrian mentioned to build up reflections when I photograph into the west. This was really a good idea of Adrian, and I also thought about it when I planned my photograph up there, but as it was too windy out there, it wasn't really possible to get out reflections there. If it had been possible, what I had done is I had gone closer to the lake and maybe had even tried to make the reflection to the star of the show. This is a photo from last winter, not at Lake Lempakasi, just that you have an idea what I had tried in this case. A big thanks to Adrian for doing this amazing collaboration with me. And I think especially in times like this, where you can't go wherever you want for landscape photography, I think it's maybe not the worst idea to do collaboration like this. You can try it by yourself, by the way, and you even don't need a YouTube channel. Just share this video with your friends on Facebook and Instagram, and just pick out any Instagram or Facebook buddy, and I wish you lots of fun with trying out such a collaboration by yourself. Adrian gave me a lot of leeway, by the way. It was totally up to me what I photograph out there, but I'm really grateful. You also can plan much more in detail what I did, for instance, for Adrian's photograph, by the way. Don't forget to watch Adrian's video where I planned a photograph in Australia. I will link the video on the end screen and also below in the description. And I'm not sure about the location, to be honest. I've never been there, so let's hope that Adrian will not be eaten by a crocodile or something like this. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If yes, please give me a thumb up. Share this video with your friends, you know, on Facebook, Instagram. It would really help me to grow this channel. Subscribe to my channel if you didn't have already. Thank you so much for watching, and have lots of fun with watching Adrian's video. See you next Saturday. Bye.
I'm your lighthouse, I'm the sun against your dark clouds. I will always be your guiding light.